Hi everyone, and welcome back to another online Jujitsu workout class. As usual, we hope everybody is healthy and safe and managing to maintain some kind of connection to their Jujitsu practice at home as we continue in our 7th month now of practicing at home and working out from our living rooms or whatever spaces are available to us. So as we start moving towards the process of getting back into dojo, we are playing around in the park from time to time with outdoor practice, and we're going to continue these online classes as long as it's necessary. And when we do phase in, it will be a phasing process. There will be a bit of everything. There will be a bit of outdoor class, a bit of dojo practice within whatever limitations that we come up with as our health and safety guide, and continuing online classes until they are no longer needed. Okay, let's get ready for class. Maxo. Maxo yame. Onegaishimasu. Up. Hands on hips or belt. Head to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Dai, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Head back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down. Look right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Tilt to right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Any way you need it. Shoulders forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Alternating, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Elbows up, back, ich, ni, san, forward, ich, ni, san, forward, ich, ni, san, forward. Reverse, ich, ni, san, back, ich, ni, san, back, ich, ni, san, back. Hands on hips. To the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Stretch back, forward, back, hands overhead, forward, to your right knee, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, shake it loose, ready for torso rotations to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, dai, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, and come into Shigadach. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, and reach forward, standing split, elbows to the mat, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, rocking, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, back in your heels, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, pivot left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, right, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back to center, elbows. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Rocking, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back at the heels. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. And back to shikadach. In, out, in, out. Drop your right shoulder. Dai. Dai. So Keith, when you do this, try and push one shoulder really far forward. This is mimicking what we do when we do ippon, when we go elbow to the opposite knee. So the whole idea is that you're making your back something that somebody would roll off. So you want to just get used to having that big dip. And it doesn't matter if you can get your chin on top of it and look at your fingers like I can. What matters is that you're dipping people off your back. Thigh. Thigh. And thigh. Now extend your right leg for a side kick. And thigh. Keith, if you can, try and keep both hands on your knees through this entire exercise set. And thigh. In theory, you're still pushing out on whichever knee is bent. And thigh, toes up. And thigh. 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 Thigh all the way down. And again, the idea is here we're still pushing on our knees, even in this position. And basically my knees are falling on top of a slanted arm, so they have to get pushed out. The lower they go, the more they get pushed out. And thigh. Thigh. And thigh. And back to shikadach. I'm going to spare you all the hurdler stretches because I know your knees aren't great. And bring your legs closer, drop into whatever kind of a squat you can do, keeping your heels on the ground. And raise your butt, straighten your legs, walk your feet in, and slowly up. Just come up to upright. Good. Good. Alright, let's do some Taisabaki stuff. Some of the stuff we're going to be working on is kind of aerobic, so I'm going to skip the push-ups and sit-ups because we're going to be working out anyway. So let's do Taisabaki. Left foot forward, hitch. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Dai. Hitch. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Okay, switch your feet, hands up. And again, I want to just concentrate a little bit on getting a little bit of moment of absolute stillness before each next move. So turn around, lock your hip, lock your hands, pop, stop, move, lock, move, lock, like that. Ready? Hitch, knee, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hatch, ku, ju, and thigh, hitch, knee, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hatch, ku, ju. The four sweeps, the soto garis, which are from the outside, and the ichigaris, which are from the inside, right? So O is big, so O soto is big outside, and Ko is small, Ko soto is little outside. So the big one, O soto, and the little one, Ko soto. And then we're on the inside, when we do stepping into center, we do Ko ichigari, little inside sweep. But we can also do, what we're going to practice later, Ko ichigari, which is the big sweep but done from the inside. And it doesn't do the big sweep like that, but it does it more like that, like a little circle. So we're going to practice that when we get to it. But we're going to start with our fitting into center and preparing for Ko ichigari. So you step into center, hook the foot, sweep and push the opposite direction. That you should know pretty well. We've done it a million times. And our stepping into center is our standard stepping into center. So we're going to do it left foot forward, right foot steps into center, back foot comes with, right foot hooks the back of the heel, and we sweep and push like that. So I'm not going to break it down because you should have done it a million times broken down already. So we're just going to do it, we're going to practice it 10 times either side. Left foot forward, right foot stepping in. Ready, hitch, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, go, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, Q, and back, and Ju, and back. Other side, right foot forward, stepping in with the left. Hitch, and back, knee, and back, Eizan, and back, Shi, and back, Go, and back, Rook, and back, Sich, and back, hatch, and back, Q, and back, Ju, and back. Okay, so quick note on that, just realize that there is no cross step in, heel to heel, hook, sweep, breakdown. It's very fluid, and in fact when we do this you'll notice a lot of times that we basically skip in, right? So we slide in with the front foot, and as the back foot comes in, it can get the other foot into position. So that hopping in gets your back leg underneath you, and all your weight can go in your back leg, so your front leg is free to do the koichi. So there's that little skipping motion, so it looks like this, because as soon as the foot lands, you sweep. So it just goes 1, 2. If you're going to break it down at all, it's 2, 1, 2. What we want to do is we want to come in, and when we step into center, we're stepping into their shoulder and their arm that's coming up around us like this. So it's usually from a roundhouse. So we're blocking the roundhouse and we're taking the shoulder, and then we drop to the arm and catch their arm as they drop. But that's our basic fit in. And if we get in there and Uke's like a brick wall, right? And we're like, okay, well we can't just throw them back, then we could try our koichigari, right? That gives us extra extension, moves their foot away from their body. If that doesn't work, because their foot is immovable, because we've somehow not managed to get off balance and they've put all their weight on that foot, or because they just literally go, oh, you're trying to sweep my foot, and they take it and step it back. Stepping back is actually better for us in many ways, but there's, we have to switch up at this point. So, if they step back, that's our first scenario. So we're starting out with their right foot forward, because they've stepped in, right? The right foot is coming, they're coming with a right-handed haymaker. And we step in with our right, or slide in I should say. Then we get in here for our koichigari, and they step back. Right? So now we're still kind of got their shoulder arm connection, and what we can do is we can cross step, bring in the right foot calf to calf against their now front foot, and now we can do our ichigari. So we've moved from, it's the same foot that's doing both, right? The right foot is doing the ko, that sweeps across our body, and then the right foot comes in deeper and does the O. So the O looks like this. So remember, we've still got their shoulders, right? So we've got this shoulder in this case, in fact. Doesn't matter, we could have this one, we will have this one in a later version. And they're turned like this for the ko, and then they turn like this for the O, and we have to come in deeper again, get that in there. So now because we haven't moved our arms, I've got my entire forearm across their body, right? So now when I sweep, I can basically lean with that forearm into their new off balance. Their new off balance, so for the ko was this way, right? The new off balance is now the opposite 45. So I've got my elbow like this. I can push them, basically I can just lean my entire body, right? So notice I'm not just going straight back, I'm going in a circle like that, or a semicircle. So it's a little bit like the ko, but the O, because it's calf to calf, is a pushing. It's not a, we're not lifting this time, like the O soto, the ko ichi is a pushing, and just like the ko ichi, the O ichi just takes their foot further and further away from their body, right? And if your foot, this is why we don't lift it, because if your foot gets lifted, it doesn't go any further away from your body, it's going on a radius, right? Unless you lift it and then pull it, can be more difficult, right? It's easier if we just take it away from their body until they can no longer stand up. So it's a pushing technique. So what we want to do is we want to fit in. I'm going to just put my feet in the opposite order here. So we're imagining that uke is, let me get a third shoe. So the shoe is uke's first position. Right foot forward, left foot back. I step in. I go to do the ko ichigari. They step over to this new position. So now my right foot, which is in the ko ichigari position, has to move into the O position, which means I have to cross over and get deeper. Bring my left foot with me again. I need to be standing on it. Calf to calf. My elbows across their body, and I can just lean and sweep at the same time. Okay, it's going around their foot, around the boot, because I'm pushing at calf level, not at heel level. Okay, so ready? We're going to just do it. So it's going to look like this. Step into center, back foot width, koichi doesn't work, cross across the center line, bring your back foot with you, sweep. And just as you sweep, just for now, just touch the ground, because you want to get used to pushing forward as you do this. So again, it's just like the koichi, the oichi is the leg and the hands move in the opposite plane to each other. Okay, ready? So starting with your left foot forward, step in cross with your right, come up, get ready for the ko, doesn't work. Slide in deeper for the O, back foot with you, sweep, push. Again, step in with the right, back foot comes with, get ready for the ko, doesn't work, come across for the O, back foot with you, sweep, push. Again, step in with the right, back foot width, ready for the ko, doesn't work, switch over to the O, sweep. So again, just like before, we come in, we skip in, doesn't work, we skip in, doesn't work, we skip in. We can go back and forth between ko and O at every time they step back. Anyway, so you see there's a lot in judo competitions where they're like just basically hanging on to each other, right? If they're locked in this position and one is driving the other, they can try and try and try and try. And you can also switch feet, right? So you could do ko here, and if you really wanted to, you could do ko there, but you're crossing over, so that's why we do ko to o. Once we get to o, then it's easy to get to o there with the opposite foot, and then switch to doing o and ko on the opposite feet. But for now, we're just going to continue doing this. So let's do it 5 times with speed. So in one flowing motion, left foot forward, stepping in with the right. Ready, hitch. Devastating. Okay, it's falling to the ground in every direction. Ready, knee. Back, san. And back, chi. Back, go. Okay, so let's switch feet. So now they've stepped in with the left. I just happen to have a right shoe here, it doesn't matter. We have our right foot forward, and we're crossing the center line with our left. Bring our back foot with us. Hook the heel, go for the ko. Doesn't work for whatever reason. I slide across and bring my back foot with me. Calf to calf. Sweep, push. Actually no, I just did the wrong sweep there, so let me just make sure that that's clean. We get in here and we do the sweep, push, keeping our foot on the ground, not the big oh-so-to from outside. We're on the inside, so people's legs can lift up really easily on the inside, right? If you're on the outside and you're sweeping their leg up, it's often going this direction, or going this direction and their body's going that way. But in this case, we don't want to lift the foot. Okay, let's do that again. Right foot forward, stepping in with the left. Right foot follows. Hook the heel for ko, doesn't work. Slide across for o. Sweep, push. Again. Step in with the left, right follows, hook the foot, doesn't work, slide across, calf to calf, sweep, push. Again, step in with the left, right foot follows, hook the heel, doesn't work, slide across, back foot follows, calf to calf, sweep, push. Again, step in with the left, right foot follows, hook the heel, doesn't work, go across, back foot follows, calf to calf, sweep, push. Okay, let's see. Again, step in with the left, back foot follows, hook the heel, doesn't work. Go across, calf to calf, sweep, push. One more time, broken down. Step in with the left, back foot follows, hook the heel, doesn't work, slide across, calf to calf, sweep, push. Okay, and now 5 with speed. Ready, itch. Knee. San. I just swept his front foot and then his back foot. Uke doesn't have that many feet. This is a tripod I'm fighting. Ready? San. Shi. And go. I'm going to exaggerate really big. So imagine that I'm coming in and then jumping into position and then jumping into position and sweeping. Now, without your feet leaving the ground, can you do that? You can slide in and dead stop, so that's sort of like a jump. You can switch your feet without leaving the ground, right? And you can switch over to there without leaving the ground, right? So the entire time I'm painting on the ground with my feet, sliding in, switching, sliding in, switching. Neither foot has left the ground yet. So that's, something to work on, obviously. The more you maintain connection to the ground, the less likely you're going to get swept yourself, which is obviously important. So what we're going to work on now is, it comes from actually from our striking class, and that's a fit-in that is a little unusual. So unusual is good when it comes to fighting patterns, right? Because people are so used to how the normal would be. So for instance, a standard fighting pattern could be a front leg Maigeri, come in and punch. Love it! It works really, really well because the Maigeri has the distance, allows you to come in, and as you drop, you're driving that punch. Beautiful. But it's also a little predictable, right? You're coming straight down the center line. Same as if you came in 1-2, straight down the center line. So we like to mix it up and get to, so they're really like this, right? So they're, let me turn it towards the camera, they're really slightly off because they would be in fighting stance, right? Their obi not pointing slightly this way. So first of all, the center line isn't quite in front of us all the time. Let me just put their feet in place. So what we want to do is we want to take advantage of the fact that our hips are, straddling the center line. So Maigeri can come in underneath the back foot or on the back arm, right, and still make an attack. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a Maigeri to there, move to the outside, and then do a rear Maigeri again, now that we have tapped them from the front. So the front is almost like a distraction. We move to the side and we come in hard. So again, we do the rear leg so that we can maintain good distance. If we do the front leg, and we come in, now we're talking knees, we're talking other stuff, so we do the front leg and step out deeper so that what was our front leg becomes our back leg. Or we can come in, step down, quick back step, or switch steps. That's how Sensei Maria does it, right? So she'll go right leg front kick, drop it down here, back leg comes with, switch positions, back leg becomes front again. So we're going, that's, and then once we come in, we can do more strikes. What we're going to do is, we're going to do this. Now, I'm presuming their legs don't move, right? So they're actually in defensive position. They have right foot forward. I'm doing right foot just so that you can see it on the camera here. We're going to switch to left to start with, because we usually do. So I come with my right leg snap kick. So I chamber, I kick, I chamber, and I use the drop of that to take me in here. And then switch positions. So now my right is at the back, Now it becomes a rear leg maigeri. Now I'm going to drop it down deep as I come in with my elbow, and I could ko ichigari, but because of where I am, I'm going to do ichigari to the other foot. Right, so that's their back foot. Now I can't hang one over the other here, so it's a little bit awkward. So basically what we're doing is we're starting out in front, we snap kick, chamber, move out to the side, switch positions, good strong maigeri from here, drop in here, bring our back foot with us, and do the ichigari to their rear leg, which is very, very disconcerting, right? Because they've got right foot forward, they're getting attacked from the front, they start to block their front, then they get attacked from the side. As they might turn towards you, you come in and you take out their rear foot. So the ichigari can be very surprising, it can be hard to get to, because it's often the rear foot. When we do the ko and they step back, then for the it's their front foot. And if they step back over that for the ko, it's their front foot. So we're in that case, when we're chasing that method, we're doing the front foot, front foot, front foot. In this case, because their off balance is here and we're out to the side, we can come in and we can take that back foot in a surprise attack on not the part they're expecting, which is always good. Surprise is good. So, to work it out, we're going to do this. You can have your shoes or not. Let me get rid of his third leg. And have, so let's start left foot forward. So have their left foot forward, have your left foot forward. Fighting stance, so slightly turned out to about 20 degrees. Elbows up, fisties by the cheekbones, right? In as much as we can without exposing ourselves. So basically protecting our whole chest. So first is front leg maigeri, chamber, kick, chamber, and then step to the outside. Now we're going to switch positions. They can be on the spot, or if you're too close, you can actually just do a step back. Depends on distance. When you've got your distance, rear leg maigeri, and step in deep. Bring your back foot underneath you. Hook calf to calf with their rear foot, and sweep push. So I'm doing it slightly exaggerated for the camera, so I'm going like almost 90 degrees off path, but we're not going to really go that far. So actually let me do it, let me show you with the model, give you a better idea. So the model's got the right leg forward. Obviously I'm not going to be able to do it because there's, actually let me do it the opposite way so that you can see the camera. I'm not going to be able to get my leg in there to sweep because of there's a big pole there, but you get the idea. So here we are, let me see, just for camera angle. I'm doing right foot forward again just for camera angle. So the front one comes here, and then we step over here. Now I just have, I'm so used to doing this that I kind of slur those two motions into from here to here. So you can do that if you can do it, otherwise do step, back foot width, switch positions, kick again, drop in deep, and if I was deep enough I would be all the way against their chest, and their foot would be available to me. And I can have my calf to calf, and I would push with my elbow and entire forearm and sweep. So it's a big distance thing. So first one here, second one here. Let me just turn the model again. So first one here, second one here. Come in. Now I'm reaching because I don't want to knock this over and take them out. Left foot forward, left foot, front leg snap kick, step out to the side. Switch your feet position. Left leg, rear leg Maigeri. Keep the chamber and then use it to step in deep. Hook that back leg, sweep push and back. Again, left foot forward, front leg snap kick, step in, switch positions, rear leg Maigeri, step in deep between their legs, hook the back foot, calf to calf, sweep push. Okay, left foot forward, front leg snap kick, step in, switch positions, rear leg kick, step in deep, hook heel or calf to calf, sweep push. Left foot forward, front leg snap kick, step in deep, switch positions, rear leg kick, step in deep, hook calf calf, sweep push. One more broken down. Left foot forward, left foot front kick, step to the angle, switch your feet positions, kick, step in deep, hook calf to calf, sweep push. Okay, one more broken down, let's do that. Left foot forward, front kick, come in, switch positions, rear leg kick, come in, calf to calf, sweep push. Okay, so now we're going to do it at speed, and it'll look something, so there is a little moment where you have to kind of stop start, and that's when you switch your feet, right? So 1, 2, kick, step, sweep. So I tend to slur that, so I do it like this. I go kick, into position, kick, into position, sweep. So there's those little, again, hoppy movements that you try not to leave the ground, because that's when you get knocked over or swept. So ready, at speed, itch. Ready, knee. San. Shi. Go. And me. Okay, switch to the other side. Right foot chamber, snap, chamber, move in. Bring the back foot with you, switch positions, rear leg Maigeri, step in, hook the back foot, calf to calf, sweep push. Again, right foot forward, front leg snap kick, moving in, back foot comes with, switch positions, rear leg Maigeri, come in deep, back foot comes with, hook the calf, sweep push. Right foot forward, up, kick, back, forward, switch positions, rear leg, in, hook, sweep push. Again, right foot forward, front kick, in, switch positions, rear kick, in deep, hook, sweep. Again, right up, kick, back, forward, switch positions, rear kick, in deep, hook, sweep, push. And one more broken down. Ready, kick, forward, switch positions, rear leg, in, hook, sweep. And now at speed. Ready, hitch, and back. Knee, and back. Sun, and back. She, and back. And go. And back. And dear me. When you kick and drop it, it tends to swipe them. Whereas if you kick and rechamber, it tends to be more like a piston hitting them straight on. So that's one reason why you should rechamber. Also, so they can't grab your leg, right? You want to get it in, out as fast as possible. But also, when you rechamber, now you've got all of your weight ready to be distributed somewhere else. And now you can move in, right? So every time you drop your leg, you lose an opportunity to gain some distance and move in. So how often do you run into the situation where you're going to use the o-ichi? Well, it really depends on what they're doing with their feet. If you're a righty and they're a lefty, right, now the opposite foot is forward. So instead of, crossing into center and doing our center, we can actually just hitch step right in and sweep. Of course, that's coming right down the center, right? So I'm just saying, if you ever had the opportunity to come down the center and their opposite foot is forward, that's a perfect o-ichi, just waiting to be done there. And there's ways that you can work your way into that, because you can, one of the classic things, again, if they're right foot forward and they're constantly moving, or if they're used to doing left foot forward, whichever their lead foot they're used to having. So we usually do left foot forward, so let's start with that. So if they're confident because you push with your right, your left foot is your slightly weaker, that's forward, you can start wailing on that leg, right, inside thigh, over the top roundhouse, until that starts getting weak, and they're like, and keep going for the ko, right? They'll eventually say, "Whoa, leave my good leg alone," and suddenly there you are with what was the rear leg now forward. So that's the most common thing, but every now and then you'll find yourself in a judo position where you went in to do ippon and you're here like this, and one thing you could do is spin back in, and because you're in the center. So if you find yourself already in the center, the O becomes a much more of a possibility than it is from outside. So you either have to fight your way in or find yourself there and switch up to use it. Alright, so get your space ready for jumping jacks. Ready, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju, me, and windmills, standing split, And remember to look at the ceiling each turn. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, and ju. May come into Shigadach, drop your butt low, elbows on your knees. Straighten up your right leg only. Thigh. 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 Straighten both legs. Just to your right knee. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Come to the center. And go wider. Standing split position. Now walk your fingers forward as far as you can reach. Without having to put your weight forward, I should say. Try and have almost no weight on your hands. And then walk them back, or slide them back, and walk them backwards. Again, no need to put any weight on them, not that you really can from here. Just reach as far as you can. And enemy. Okay, so I want to do some exercises that we don't normally do, and that's to get you prepared for some of the exercises and stretches we'll be doing probably the next class. So it's going to be on the floor, so if you want to grab a mat or something, and we're going to come down. And what we're going to do is we're going to raise our hips up and put them on the palms of our hands with our elbows underneath. Like that. And we're going to do some cycling in the air. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Now let your legs fall, knees fall forward. And try and maintain as small a curled position as possible. Eventually, slowly let your legs come out past your head. And see if you can touch the mat. And back. So, feet flat together. Let me switch position. So try and do feet flat together. I don't have a great split this way, but I can still do this much. And then out. As big a V as you can make. Make a flat line if you can, that would be wonderful. And back in again. Down, knees together, straight up, out, straight up. And now we're going to reach forward and just touch the mat. Back up, out, reach forward, touch the mat, back, in, knees down. Let's see if you can get your knees to go next to your ears. So touch the mat without straightening your legs. Back up, out, touch the mat, back, up, touch the mat, back, up, knees down, touch the mat, knees bent, back, up, cycling, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. So now we're going to do knee raises. So again, in between your elbows, hands by your cheekbones, from the side. See, I'm not really bending my back. And you want to try and fold as close to your chest as possible. Ready? And alternating sides. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, and ju. Right? And down on the mat, or whatever you got, we're going to do some crunches. So bring your heels all the way in against your butt, or as close as you can get them. Head off the mat, fists by your cheekbones, and crunches. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. And stretch it out, wobble around, loosen up anything you need to loosen up. Knees up, cross your ankles. Again, fists by your cheekbones, don't hold your head. And elbows to opposite knee. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, Ku, Ju, Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sich, Hech. Ku, Ju, Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sich, Hech. And Ju. Good. Stretch it out. And come into Eizan. And make a V with your hands, put them on the mat. And again, you're going to slide forward, trying to put as little weight on your hands as possible while still maintaining, keeping your butt on your heels. Slide forward. Again, try not to touch the mat as much as possible. At one point you're going to have to once you reach your tipping point. And as far forward as you can. And relax into that stretch. Yummy. Back up. And separate out your heels a little bit so that your hips can go between your heels. And all the way back again, whatever you got. And up. And interweave your fingers, hands behind your head, and again we're going to touch the mat with our elbows coming forward, keeping your butt on your heels. And if you can, like I do, don't actually ever touch the mat with your elbows. You can get all the way down to touching your head off the mat. Ready? Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sich, Hech, Ku, Ju. Flare your elbows side to side. Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sich, Hech, Ku, and Ju. And yummy. Tidy yourself up. And ready for Moxo. Moxo. So yummy. Informal bow. How to get the exam style. And thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you next time.